Hi, let's take a look at Magik issue 1, written by Ashley Allen, drawn by Germán Peralta, and colored by Arthur Hesli. Full spoilers ahead, so you're forewarned. This issue started off pretty well, and it is a good introduction to Magik. It hits the major points of her background. She was kidnapped by demon, to limbo, soul sword. You get the drift. Alan also gets Ileana's voice pretty well. She's stubborn, she is a little brash, and she has a mean streak about her that comes out, now and then. And given all this, the issue sets up her motivation very well in the sense. She would definitely jump to action in response to a disappearance of a young mutant, given all she had experienced before. Hi, Future Tyler here. It is all good until we get to the mutant funeral. Like, what is a mutant funeral? And why are people protesting outside the funeral home? Like, I'm not a fan of mutant hate in general, because why this reaction? And not only that, there is a mistake about Limbo being the midway point between her teleportation. Magic stepping disc no longer does that. It is instantaneous. I'm not sure who made that mistake, and I'm hoping it is not just simply ignoring what came before. Yeah, I mean, and there's something else too regarding Dark Child. While this point is a little bit more open to debate, it wasn't so much that Dark Child was quiet during Krakoa. I read it as Dark Child being destroyed by Queen Ileana before she herself was killed and then reabsorbed back to Magik. So, I mean, it wasn't exactly clear on that part, but I thought it was heavily implied. But the more important point is this. The last Ileana story was meant to move her past the entire limbo baggage that Ileana had carried with her over the past, 40 years of stories, and to tell different stories beyond this, right? Like, I feel like undoing a little bit of that here. To be fair, this issue does not really deal with limbo, and is dealing with a different sort of magical stuff. It is a little tropey, magical seals to keep some big bad at bay, and a family tasked to protect the seals, and a lackey seeking to release the big bad by destroying the seals. Uh, but there are some cool elements, like how the bullets from the Crow Gunslinger takes on different characteristics depending on what spells he casts. Agree. And despite some flaws regarding Magic's powers and a kind of run-the-mill story, at least for the moment, um, like overall, I think it kept my interest even on the reread, and I think the art has a lot to do with it. Parada's art is really pretty. I love how Ileana's is drawn, especially when it features a closer up, all close up of her face, such as in these panels. Even if one of them just shows her eyes, not only do they look beautiful, they are expressive. Apart from Magic, every character, even the background characters, looks really, really good. The Crow Gunslinger also has a really nice design with like clawed a feathered cloak, and a visualization of his spells with the bullets, as well as also Magic's silent spells. They are actually really, really well done. And not just the excellent character work is present here. Peralta is also able to handle like both cheery scenes in parts of Magic Flashback and her birthday party, for example, and some rather dark ones, like how Ren was killed and the splash page of Magic's Nightmare as well. Individual panels aside, I also love the storytelling aspects of the art. There are some nice framing sequences, like nails scratching the ground as some unseen force drag the victim away. That is kind of typical of horror shows. And then you have those small close-up panels showing blood dripping and like bullet spells, for example. Um, and there is one particular sequence which use a stationary camera, which basically shows the action in a series of panels, like and not moving the camera about, but just moving the characters in the panels. That sort of kept me engaged as I like look through, read through, and I sort of like track the different characters. The backgrounds are also all very nicely detailed, and when they are not, Hesli's colors lends a very nice watercolor look to them.
Yep.
So even though there are a lot of dark colors in this issue, nothing looks muddy or overly dark. In fact, I think the colors are nicely contrasted and really rich looking. Despite some misgiving with the story, this is still an enjoyable read, and Magik's voice is on point. It is a 3.5 out of 5 for me. Agree? The art and colors also really sells the story. So this is worth checking out. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and a subscribe. Please share this with your friends and leave a comment below. Thanks, and Tyler out.